What's up, everybody? Just hitting the neighborhood trails. I am doing a pretty unique run camp. The reason this is so unique, I've teamed with Matt Graham, who is an expert in primitive skills, or what he calls earth skills. And he's also a really good runner. And we're gonna meet up and do a camp in his neck of the woods, South Central Utah, in September. And part of this camp is requiring mandatory gear. We are spending 3 nights, 4 days in the canyons of Utah, running, learning about primitive skills, how to build a fire, how to live off the land, how to build a shelter. And amongst all this, I'm going to be meshing in run coaching, a lot of run form, a lot of strength running, coaching tips along the way as we run to each destination each day. So part of this is we need gear. We need to carry all of our gear for 3 days. And most of my runs, I'll be wearing this pack and all my mandatory gear. So obviously I get used to running with it and get the shoulders and the back and just get used to having a load on me. If you are interested in learning what I'm having in here, this is my sleep system, as well as a little bit of food, a little bit of clothing, hopefully a lot of water. But if you're interested in especially my sleep system, throw it down in the comments and I'll maybe do a dedicated video of what I'm going to be carrying for this camp. But anyways, my cockpit of choice with my vest is the Montane packs. I have a smaller volume pack that I use for everyday running, and this is the 20-liter Montane pack. Again, I love the cockpit, love how it fits, and again, I'll get into that if you guys are interested more, but just FYI. But message of the day today, mentioned in the last video, I have 2 athletes running Ultra Trail Mont Blanc TDS, which started today. And one of the athletes back in 2016, she went to TDS for the first time and came in second. Showed up, no expectations. We had her really fit. But again, this was her first time at this distance, which is 90 miles. They've increased the distance a little bit. Used to be a 75 miler, but they've changed the course a little bit. And for those of you who follow UTMB, the UTMB 100 miler gets a lot of the recognition, but TDS actually being 90 miles is a much more difficult course, and we'll probably see actually slower times at that shorter distance than maybe some of the racers at the 100 mile UTMB. Anyways, getting back to Meredith. She, like I said, in 2016 came in second, no expectations, and had a great race. Just did her own thing, relaxed, trusted her fitness. And I think the key with this message today is that a lot of times early in our careers, we have no expectations. We just go and we're relaxed. We do what we know we can do and just kind of see how the day plays out. Again, no expectations. But then we start racing more. Maybe we have a little success in our own way. We PR, or like Meredith came in second, or whatever it is for you, whatever success means for you. And as we race more and have more and more success, what tends to happen is we start building in this expectations of, now, hey, I came in second, now I have this expectations of coming in first, or just all these now expectations that, based on our success, can sometimes add stress and pull us out of how we want to race and even how we want to train. I see it all the time, is that, again, an athlete gets early success and now all of a sudden they steer away from what worked in training and do more of it. So, hey, if we had success, now more is better. More is not always better. They start doing more. Hey, more is better. More volume, more vertical. And now they're getting away from all the purposeful training that got them that early success and building on what got them to that success. So I see that all the time, is once expectations start to flood our brain, we start to force things. And do things that are maybe above and beyond what is practical or purposeful for training and racing. And that spills over to how we race. You know, I like to tell my athletes, the race course is a reflection of you and your personality. And Meredith and I talked a lot about this past week leading up to today, the start of the race. And as of right now, she's about 7 hours in. She started, there's a group of 5 of them, the leading pack, and she went out with the group and was third for a while, and then things started to split up again a little bit, and she then dropped back to 7th and was maybe about 20 minutes off the lead. So I'm hoping that she just realized maybe she needed to do her own thing and drop back and started to just settle in, versus her going out too hard and being forced to slow down. Okay, and we talked a lot about that. Expectations bring fear. Okay, fear is going to create and pull us out of how we need to be as an athlete. And so one of the biggest mistakes ultra runners make going into races is they start out too hard. So Meredith and I talked a lot about that, set some heart rate parameters. But again, this is all driven back to the expectations now, that all of a sudden now that we had success, we toe the line, we have to do well. Okay, versus telling my athletes, trust your fitness. You're ready. Just trust what you know. Trust what you need to do. And that might be sitting back for a little bit. This is a long race. This is over 20 hours of racing. So how you start that race, and maybe by backing off a little bit and trusting your fitness, the little bit of time you lose early is never as much as the diminishing returns you might have way later when you're having to walk or really slow down because you started too hard. And again, I always think this is more due to those expectations of success that maybe weren't there earlier in your career. So maybe see how that is for you, see how that might play out for you in your training or in your racing, and maybe embrace that beginner's mindset again of getting away from those expectations and focusing on measurable goals throughout the race, focusing on your nutrition, what you need to do each aid station. What I always, for my athletes, I break up their races in segments, and they have goals for each segment. Okay, that's mainly to keep them focused on doing what they need to be doing versus thinking about those expectations and fear of doing well. All right, that's the message for today. Like I mentioned, if you're interested in knowing what's going to be in the pack for camp, throw it down in the description. Just tell me you're interested and want to know more, and I'll throw out a video on that. So, all right. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I'll see you guys next time.